to round 4 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of November 15th. I'm Catherine Haleko, and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
And Nicole Eridix.
Hi there.
As moms of teens and young adults, we've survived those little kid days, yet we're still rethinking the decisions we've made all through our kids' lives and worrying about what's going on right now. Today's Thursday, which means it's time to give into our obsessing. Last week, we obsessed about money spent on parenting that was totally worth it, from pacifiers to cars and iPhones. So today is the flip side. What parenting stuff is totally overpriced? We happen to see a BuzzFeed list of things that people think are overpriced, and that included stuff like dental floss and eyeglasses. But as far as kids stuff, one of the things that popped up for me right away is photos, the school picture or the sports pictures, the portraits. Like, I always buy them. I don't buy the school pictures anymore, but the team picture, the sports picture, I always end up buying it. And like when my daughter was skating, you could buy, well, she's still skating, but you could buy like action shots from the competitions. Mm-hmm. And, though it's really hard to take good pictures of ice. It's hard. So the professional ones are much better than what you can get, unless you have a parent on your team that has a good camera, which is also helpful.
Yeah. But
anyway, they're so expensive. And then you get like 200 pictures and your kid is in like 3.
Right.
And sometimes they look good. And sometimes they're like, look weird, or, they're half blocked by someone else or whatever. I mean, I just think of how much money I've spent on pictures. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so that's one thing that's definitely overpriced.
Oh, yeah.
What would you say, Nicole?
Man, there's so much. Anything sports related.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything, especially when they're younger and they're in all those different activities. Mm-hmm. Especially like community activities. And then of course, like all the bells and whistles that you have to buy in addition to the photos.
Yep.
All the different, and then paying to go to tournaments and like, I don't know. I just it's a very, especially when your kids get higher up in the ranks, and it just gets more and more expensive. And it's like, it doesn't need, why is it so exclusive feeling?
Right.
So that, and of course, university and college. Hello. How could we leave that out? I'm sorry. What university is worth $70,000 a year? Like, honestly, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This is absolute highway robbery. And we put up with it.
Right.
Here in America, at least. I just cannot believe it. For our kids to go and get like a bachelor's degree in whatever they choose. Yeah.
So I feel so lucky. My kids were always headed for community college at best. So we went the pricey out of county route, but still I could pay for it with my credit card.
But see, the thing is with this system is that there, if you want to do postgraduate work, there are certain programs that don't look favorably on college courses. Still, there's still that whole, attitude, or there's just a different attitude towards community college, which is so unfortunate.
That's why you have to raise kids with low expectations. Oh, honey, I don't think being a doctor is going to be for you. How about food service? How about landscaping?
But, like we could have saved so much money had my son gone to and done 2 or 3 years at community college.
Yes.
Or 4 years even. And then gone on to medical school or, But no, everybody, oh no, medical school doesn't take community college credits, blah, blah, blah. So anyway,
Yeah.
sorry if you're a medical school listening to this and you do. That wasn't what we heard several years ago.
Let us know.
Really,
we'll promote you on
get
this
the word out.
Yes, exactly. I don't know. I did college. I did the college/university route, but anyway.
Community college my kids went to had a big nursing and dental hygiene program. So maybe you know, get some good medical training there.
Exactly.
I helped a kid practice on my arm when she was trying to figure out how to get blood. So
yeah, no, it's so overrated and so overpriced.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be that way. And it puts people in so much debt. I could go on forever about this.
Right. Topic for another day, but yes, that's definitely fits into this category for sure.
Yeah. So
what are you thinking of, Terry, as something overpriced?
I believe I have ranted here before about dance lessons and dance recitals and costumes for dance recitals and how it is an endless money hole, even if your kid can barely count to 4. It just, come on. I know you guys got to be in business. I know you got to make your rent. I know you got to pay your teachers, but come on. At some point, you're just soaking people who just want to see their kid twirling around a stage in a pretty tutu. It does not have to be as expensive as it is. In fact, they priced me out after 1 year. The benefit we are getting from this is hugely unequal to the amount of money I am shelling out. Thank you, but no. But also this is not true of every summer camp, but I had my kids for a little while in a special needs summer camp. That was great. It was really, at least the first couple of years, it was great. Then we had problems, but they understood your kids' issues. They had, occupational therapy and physical therapy stuff. They had lots of counselors who were very understanding. And it was just a really great place for especially my daughter for a couple of years. But holy cow, is it expensive? Mm-hmm. It was so pricey. And it's like, you're taking advantage of a vulnerable population here, people. I can't send my kid to a regular day camp. I can't send them to the church camp. I can't send them to the church camp. And I understand that you're paying therapists and you need a higher class of volunteer, of counselor and all that stuff. But still, come on. You got a parent a break here.
Right. Figure out something.
This is a little much. So it turned out to be more than it was worth. For the first year or two, it was worth a lot. And then the third year, things kind of fell apart. But really, I hate things like that where, if you need something a little more, the charge is a lot more.
Right.
Really, really more than it needed to be, I think. I was happy. I was overjoyed to find anything that would be a summer camp that my kids could go to. Yay. Right. So I was willing to pay it, but it was not right. Mm-hmm. And so that's a definite one. I don't know. The school pictures is a thing. And unlike you, Catherine, I still bought them right till the bitter end, just because there's pictures of my kid. There's pictures of my kid. I can't just let the pictures of my kid sit there and nobody takes them. They're pictures of my kid. So I have a drawer. That's especially devoted to pictures. And over time I go through and I consolidate them into this, each kid has an envelope that I put all the pictures in, and there's still so many, and the teams and all of that. One thing I will say though, when my daughter was in marching band, one of the dads of one of the kids was a photographer, and he took pictures at all their games and all their things, and he put them online. And I think it was on one of these things where photographers can put their stuff and then you could buy it if you want, but it's not that expensive.
That's nice.
But you could also really, what do we want to do? I didn't want to buy it. I just wanted to look at it on the computer screen anytime I wanted to.
Right.
And he was really good at making sure he caught all the kids and stuff. So that I'm sure if they had somebody taking it that was charging people, they could have made a fair amount of money, but he did it out of the goodness of his parenting heart.
That was nice.
So that was very nice. So we didn't have a lot of paying for pictures of the band.
I was just going to say, like when you were talking about dance, I was thinking in my head, band was expensive.
Band was a little expensive. Yeah.
All those field trips and band was very expensive.
Yeah. Ours did a thing where you would take all the fundraisers and everything, and it would go into an account for your kids. So then when they had a trip, all the money that you raised in the fundraiser would go towards your kid for the trip and all that stuff. So it wasn't too bad money-wise, but, time-wise, quite a bit. All those football tickets to have to go to the game. Well, we hope that listeners, you feel like listening to Parenting Roundabout is like the biggest bargain you could possibly get.
Totally worth your $0.
Certainly not overpriced. Well, yeah, it costs only your time to listen. And hey, who cares about that? That's it for today's round 4. Tune in tomorrow when we'll share our roundabout roundup of things we've been using or enjoying lately that we think deserve a shout out. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.